The will to work. It's taken much of my thought over the years, and has been mentioned here and there in articles, but in mine notably work ethic and employment. It's been mentioned by way of comment on social media, how after first-hand experience there is a large portion of a generation not wanting or willing to do something that is necessary, instead looking for an artistic job or happy environment perhaps, and feel certain work is beneath them. And from my experience, this really isn't a new problem, but is one that has spread. Some people are just lazy. You can't get away from that. Some are confused and don't know what they want to do. Some do, but either don't have the skills or opportunity available, so do nothing. Like I said, they were always there, and you could choose to be like that and be left behind. Or you could get out there, make opportunities for yourself, or try something else as a fill-in. But as it has been observed, and I can't deny it, the long-term opportunities aren't there or are being taken away. Back in the day, you had more job security. Your pay would go a bit further. You might even be able to save up and buy a house, start your own business, go travelling or afford holidays. Well, that has been well and truly thrown in the bin. For lots of people didn't entirely notice the squeeze of systems that started a good while ago now. Credit cards and loans. Back in the day, before credit cards and loans were handed out willy-nilly, we are led to believe that people had to save up for things. Normal things like holidays, appliances, above anything and beyond the living costs of having a roof over your head. Cars were expensive, although you could always get a second-hand banger since I've been around. TVs weren't in every house, and VCRs were pricey too. You didn't have the money, you waited. Birthdays and Christmas money were special, because they usually went towards things that were just a bit out of your range as a kid. Same for grown-ups, it seems. Before the lottery, which has an article in progress but crosses into this one, people used to play the pools, trying to get a little win that would be a little boost to the household purse. These last couple of decades, though, have seen borrowing on a grand scale, from citizen and governments alike. Borrowing and spending, borrowing more, spending more. It's relentless. All about now, quickly, more. On the glad and sorry, they used to call it. Glad you've got it, sorry you've got to pay it back. But what are people working for or towards these days? Even people who are driven and motivated are finding it tough. The last few years have thrown many off kilter. Rearranged plans and dreams changed the entire trajectory of some people's lives. So, I can't blame people for being distracted, or from having their thoughts redirected to something more meaningful. I guess society just can't afford for everyone to do it at once, which is the concern if a whole generation do it. We'll see. I suspected it was because they are going to roll out automation and want people working remotely, or not at all. Just consuming and integrating with the metaverse they want everyone to simulate life in, while they roll out restrictive smart cities for everyone. Sounds horrifying to me, but if it's painted as a quiet, pollution-free, controlled utopia, where you can just relax all the time and chill on the beanbags, catch up with your mates, do a bit of creative work if you feel like it, you know, Google Office style. That's the hook. So you hand yourself over and before you know it, you've got Logan's Run meets the Time Machine's Eloy. It's a super creepy idea, and probably completely far-fetched, and I want it to be. I hope I look back at some of these things I have suggested and laugh, because I certainly don't want to see any of them come to pass. But if they do, I can't help thinking the ones who are going to be part of that future just walked right into it.